So I want to ask you, like, what was your favorite era of music? Like, what's your era that you say between these years, some of the best music I ever heard came out?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm such a fan of the evolution of music as well. You know, like, you know, whether I'm considered an old head now in music or OG as they call me. I struggled with that for a little bit, but I own it now. It's fine. And I'll tell you why I struggle with it too. But what happened is that I find that as music evolves, I find things about it to take away and enjoy. So what I'm noticing now is that similar to the, you know, the era, I guess, Puff Daddy era.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the old school 60s and 70s tracks were being sampled in the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm finding now in the 2020s, those samples are being resampled again. You know what I'm saying? Or they're digging further back into the 70s to sample certain songs. And even when you listen to, I was watching it on social media and I was just so amazed. Even like, They Not Like Us. They like biggest song out right now, Kendrick Lamar. And I found someone who pulled a Sanford and Son theme song. They Not Like Us. They not. And I was like, whoa. You know what I mean? I was so impressed. And then someone else pulled it from another song in the 70s, like another completely different song, and drew correlation there. So I don't know what Mustard pulled from, you know, who produced the beat, Mustard on the beat, whether he pulled from one or both of them. But the fact that in the 2020s, that we're still moving in that space of, you know, sampling music and great music, I'm still a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that was more of the era that I came from. You know what I mean? Was like sampling from the 70s, and my era, I guess I would say, was more of the 90s, 2000. So because they still do that now, you know, I found myself, you know, really just being a fan of music from then till now. And then, of course, my earlier years where the music was being sampled from and researching that music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's hard for me to really say an era because I love all the eras for their different reasons. But I would say the one that I was most impactful in my life was the 90s to 2000s.
Yeah, that's my era too, the golden era.
Yeah,
I love that run of music from
R&B, hip hop.
Donnell Jones,
even reggae. Reggae was super amazing.
It's crazy because I play those songs and they'll be like, "Oh, you playing the oldies?" I'm like, "Oh, this is oldies." I didn't even know.
Well, to my point of people calling me OG, and I had a problem with, but now I don't. You know, to address that. My situation is that I was just more so defending the fact that we seem to age our music, but with the youngest genre. Yeah. So I hate the fact that we are always quick to like dismiss. Yeah. You know, our older music, but we're the newest genre of music in comparison to rock and jazz and blues,
country.
So I hate when hip hop does that. Yeah, I really do. Like hip hop has just celebrated its 50th birthday. Why are we like aging things? Like we should have some more respect, and we should, you know, really, you know, embellish in the fact that we're so young in an era of music, and not be so quickly dismissive. And just remember, like you may dismiss it now, but you're gonna get older at some point, and you would want people to appreciate your music the same way.
And the crazy thing about it is, when you look at other genres of music, you could see some of their legends still performing
in wheelchairs
to this day. On the walker, still singing their country song, and they're out there singing with them.
That part.
And I feel like it hurts hip hop for the sense of, because it's always young thing, right?
Right.
I feel like the genre gets controlled not by us, because young and dumb coming in, I just need some money. I'm going to sign here. I don't know what I'm signing. And then, and now I can control you how I want to, because you don't have the information.
And that's exactly
And the artists that learn through experience and trial and error, I'm going to push them out the back door, and you never even going to see them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So that's why I didn't like OG, but then I embraced it when I found out it was really like a respect thing too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like old man or OG, like, you know, it was also a respect thing. So I was like, all right. I'll meet you halfway.
That's real though.